Hi everyone. So this video is going to be on how to write professional emails. This is an optional extension assignment. So if you're running short on time, it's okay. You don't have to do this video and these projects. Just move on and start to study for your quiz. But if you have the extra time, let's go ahead and talk about this very important topic. So first of all, we know professional emails are a good thing, but why are they actually a good thing? Well, whether or not we like it, people form opinions on us based upon how we communicate. Okay, so it's not always a good thing, but it's a fact of life. So if you send a professional email, your recipient will often have a more positive impression of you because they think you're professional. If you send an unprofessional email, then they might have more negative feelings about you. And it's also really important that you send professional emails when you're looking for a job or interacting with your boss, or also for scholarship opportunities. Sending emails that are unprofessional can either prevent you from getting the job you want or from getting the scholarship you need. Let's go through some tips for sending professional emails. The first one is to use a professional email address. So your Miamisburg email address is actually really great. You can go ahead and use that. Otherwise, if you're using a personal email address, make sure you avoid any email address with swear words or illegal or adult activities. In this case, boring email addresses are good. Okay, so some examples, john.doe, their first name, their last name at gmail.com, or maybe your first initial with your last name and then some number that's not too crazy. Okay, so 22 at gmail.com. The next thing, make sure you include a subject in the subject line. The idea and the goal is that your recipient will know what the email is about before they even open it up based upon what you have in the subject. So some good examples, questions about Unit 2 test grade, help needed on Lesson 2.5. Some poor examples are help, okay, or just yo, or even just leaving it blank. So make sure you go ahead and actually add a subject and that it's descriptive about what your email is about. Okay, the next thing is include a salutation or a greeting at the beginning of your email. So some examples would be Dear Miss Powell or Hi Mr. Black. Now a little pro tip, because this might be confusing. There are multiple different honorary titles you can use for women. So the first one, MRS, stands for Mrs. and implies that that individual is married. The title Ms., which is what I like to use, can be used for either a married or an unmarried woman. It doesn't have to do anything with their relationship status. And then the final one is Miss. And this is generally used for younger unmarried girls. The next thing is to include a salutation or a greeting at the beginning of your email. So some examples of this would be Dear Miss Powell or Hi Mr. Black. So some pro tips with this, especially when it comes to those honorary titles for women, because there's a couple of them. Men is just Mr., but for women, there's three main options. So the first one is Mrs., MRS, and this implies the person is married. The next one is Ms., MS, and this can be used for either a married or unmarried woman. And then the final one is Miss, and this is generally used for unmarried women and often refers to younger unmarried women. So more like young kids, girls, have Miss that they use. So if you're talking to someone who you don't know if they're married or not and they're an older individual, like out of their teens, use Ms. MS is always a pretty safe bet. Okay, in the body of your email, so in the actual text part that you're writing, make sure you watch your tone. When you send emails, just like when we write anything down versus explaining it, we don't have that tone, we don't have the body language to help us interpret as much. So if you're upset about something, it's always a safe bet just to go ahead and ask for a meeting time to meet in person. That way then we're not getting angry emails. And sometimes when we go and talk in person, it goes a lot better. If you have a problem, state what you've already tried. This lets your recipient know that you're not just being lazy, that you have tried things and you really truly need help. This can also let them hopefully get to the answer faster as to what to do to help you. And then also make sure you're stating your question or your concern politely. Okay, we're all human, we all make mistakes. Maybe the recipient you're emailing did something wrong and you need them to correct it, but still address it politely, and that'll help you get what you want much more frequently. Also, if you have a problem, suggest a possible solution. Okay, so if you need to come in for help, suggest some times you can come in for help. Make sure you're using good grammar and spelling. Okay, so what you learn in English class does apply to sending professional emails. And also make sure you're avoiding text speak. So if you send it in a text message, you're probably not going to want to send that in an email. So things like you, see you later, lol, any of those things are not professional email etiquette. Okay, so the final thing is to make sure you close your email with some kind of closing. So thank you is a really great option, yours truly, any of those type of things, and then also sign it with your name. And then my final tip is add the recipient's email last. Okay, so type up everything and then at the very end, go back and add their email. This way, you don't accidentally send the email while you're still working on it. You have a chance to proofread, make sure it's what you want to send, and you don't get any awkward situations going on. So otherwise, thanks for watching. If you have any questions on this, please let me know. Bye.